Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
First of all, man, thanks for taking the time to hop on, brother. We've known each other, for for quite some time now. You've been a good friend of ours. You're even coming to my wedding later this year. So, I just want the crowd to know this isn't some random, a client or a random member that we brought in for an interview or for a testimonial. I actually want you to keep it real, bro. Like 100%, no fluff, nothing. Like if there's anything you want to just stress more about, feel free. If there's anything that was difficult or challenging at the beginning of your entrepreneurial career, emphasize on that. Like our goal is simply to help people understand like what this journey looks like for somebody like you, and then obviously get clarity for themselves too. Is that cool?
Got it, bro.
My man. But first, give the crowd a bit of an insight into you first, man. Like who is Cass? Tell everyone who you are, where you from, what do you do today, that sort of thing. Let's start there a little bit.
Gotcha, man. So yeah, I'm Castro from Louisiana, New Orleans area.
Cool.
Um, and I am a sergeant, detective sergeant in law enforcement in this area. Yeah, so basically in the special victim section. So I supervise detectives that, you know, handle all kinds of crazy things.
Thank you for your services, sir. For those of you guys that might be watching this later on, if you're in law enforcement, thank you for your services as well. Um, back when you first started, like a couple years ago, did did it ever occur to you that you ever see yourself becoming like an entrepreneur before all this?
Before all this, before all this, no, I always knew there was something out there for me, something bigger.
Yeah,
Just didn't know what it was, right?
yeah. Would you or anybody close to you, like, would anybody have ever guessed you'd eventually build a business like to this scale and still going too? Or were they more like doubtful?
No, I don't even, I don't even think, I don't think so. I think they were just
Yeah.
like, well, just like everybody else in the law enforcement world, you're in there for till you retire, right? And then
Yep.
they croak, and as soon as they retire, see email, oh, passed away within a month. It's like crazy, bro. So
Mhm.
or they just go off into the sunset and you never hear from them again. But you know,
Mm.
30 years for us. I don't know. Maybe it's different up north. Maybe it's 20 years, but for us down here, it's 30 years. And then
Yeah.
most of the guys sit here and do the drop and get for another 4 years. So you're talking about 34 years of being a
Mm.
career. Retiring at 50 something, and I just never kind of figured out like I guess I'm gonna do that, but I don't see myself doing 30 years or 34 years.
Right. So you never saw yourself, doing this for that long, and you started to look into, different avenues to get you out of there sooner rather than later, right?
Well, I started looking. I always wondered, what it was gonna be. Had no idea what else. I just knew I felt like there was something else out there for me. And what pushed me to go into, you know, look into something else was having a daughter.
Oh. How old is she now?
She made 4 today. She made 4 today.
Hey, what's up? Happy
So
birthday, bro. Yeah,
yeah, man.
that's what's up. Like, was there? Well, I mean, we just talked about your daughter because I was just gonna ask you, like, was there ever a moment where you were like, "Man, I can't keep doing this forever." You know, was it more about like the freedom and the time, or was it more so just, "Hey, I just want to make more money for my family," or I guess a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, bro. You hit the nail on the head right there. My daughter really pushed me to do it. Being in law enforcement, right? You can make a whole lot of money, but you have to put blood, sweat, and tears in it. So it means you're gonna miss a lot of family
Yeah,
events, special events,
yeah.
everything because you got to work, right? So
Mhm,
um, having her made me realize within the first couple months, a year, that I was missing a lot of time and things with her,
mm.
and that's when I started looking into different avenues. And
What
um,
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what were you looking at the time, besides payment processing?
If I remember correctly, how it all started was Paul came across my Instagram, either Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
Ultimately, both of them. I think
Mm,
I don't know which one was first, but I think somebody on my friends list followed him, and he popped up. The ATMs popped up on my feed, and I started looking into the ATMs, and I
mm.
see that he's a detective, ex detective. Right now, he's a millionaire doing ATMs. It all started with ATMs. I'm like, oh, what? You can do that? I thought ATMs were only for banks, right? Just like everybody else think, and people still
Yep.
do think that. Um, but I went to the ATMs and started looking at that.
And then this became a better choice of the day.
Yeah, ultimately, I see the ATMs, watching YouTube, and the credit card machines pop up.
Mhm.
Unbeknownst to me, Paul also had credit card machines going too. I think it was recently he started that
Yeah.
year or earlier that year, and I start seeing his Instagram and Facebook with the credit card machines, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, you do that? And then I dug into that, and that one was way more attractive to me, so jumped
What
on the
what what
call.
about it? What about it was more attractive?
Just that you're basically carrying them. You can, it's a machine in your hands, like a cell phone that you can go install at a business and
Yeah.
get paid whenever they get paid. So instead of a, 300-pound machine lugging around for your truck and do some some handyman work and drill down and all that to put in
Mhm.
certain businesses. So that's what
Was
it
there
just seemed a lot more mobile and easier for me.
at the time when you were making your rounds of consideration, like, was there anything at the time that was causing some, I guess, any hesitance, hesitation when it comes to moving forward with the business?
At the time before I jumped in, pulled the
Yeah,
trigger.
yeah, because
Um,
guessing a lot of folks might be able to relate too.
yeah, well, I think more so. I talked to a gentleman earlier about it, and I told him just like any regular person in a regular
Mhm.
9 to 5 job is going to be already skeptical, and they're going to think it's a
Yeah,
scam. All this stuff online is a scam. You hear people getting scammed, right? So me
yeah,
being a detective sergeant, that you can amplify that even more because we're
yep,
already you know looking around and on alert, right? So that even more so, I think, than a regular person. I'm thinking it's a scam, and obviously I did my homework, did the detective work, looked into is Paul Alex really real, or is he trying to get me out of a couple $1,000s, right? 5 figures. So I dug
he's
in. I started seeing he
he's
was
got
on
two
on
first
pod.
names. He's
Yeah,
got two
yeah,
first
yeah.
names.
I,
That's
s- you
trustworthy.
know, you you see him in uniform, but then I started seeing these awards, and he was on podcasts and
Oh yeah,
TV shows and all kinds of stuff. And you Google his name, and I'm like, all right, he seems real enough.
yeah.
So
There obviously as much due diligence as you did, and as some of these folks are doing as well. There's always that level of uncomfortability, that level of risk, right? So what was it that caused you to be like, all right, let's give this a go? You know what I mean? Because ultimately you never know for sure, like 100%.
no, definitely. Just researching. I think maybe after the ATMs, maybe I looked into the credit cards, and maybe it was about 2 weeks that I was doing research, watching YouTube on it. Not only watching him, but watching other guys with the credit card terminals, saying similar stuff to Paul. So that looking around here in my area, I'm like, the more I studied the business and find out about cash discount program and swapping their terminal out for our terminals and saving them money, the more it started making sense, and the more I started seeing, oh, this is real. You can do this.
Yeah.
Um, and after I did so much research, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna keep waiting because you get, a lot of people, you get stuck in the, what do you call it?
Over
Analysis
analysis.
paralysis, right? You overanalyze something, You're gonna get into it, then you overanalyze it. Then you're like, here you go. A week goes by, a month goes by, more
Mm,
months go by, and you're still you scare yourself out of doing it. So
yeah,
2 weeks I looked at, I jumped on the phone call, and I said, man, let's go. I'm ready.
yeah, yeah. It was who was it with? Do you remember? It wasn't with me. I
No, it
was
wasn't with
working.
you. I didn't even know you back then. It was with
Yeah.
Isaac. Yeah, I won't forget
Okay.
Isaac.
Yeah. Shout out to Isaac. He's gone on to do some great things now. You and
Yeah,
I didn't meet until I started the whole sales training thing, right?
yeah, man, with Gianni.
Introduced by Gianni. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
hey, you brought up a good point. The whole waiting thing with overanalysis, or paralysis by overanalysis. Looking back on it, was making the investment the like actually the expensive part, or would it, or was the or would the expensive part be like staying where you were? Like, what would have cost you more? Would you say?
Oh, definitely staying where I was. I'd still be working overtime. I'd be tired right now. Probably, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd probably be at the office right now, trying to make
Where are
some
you?
extra
Yeah,
change. Right.
where are you
um,
right now?
I'm at a food truck park where I have two of my credit card terminals right now. Two businesses going right now.
Nice, man. Have you
So
have you because we just talked about a little bit about sales training too. Did you guys like had you ever sold anything before you started to get into this?
no sales experience.
How
So
confident, because a lot of people want to have this concern too, like how confident at the time were you that you'd be able to close deals and have that expert level communications at the time?
none. None at all. It's like
What changed?
what changes it is everything that they provided, right? You start seeing everything. You jump on the free live trainings with Paul, and they provide all the support. I saw that you guys provided all the support and everything for it. The live trainings, it shows you how to what to say um, when people give you objections, how to combat that, how to answer that, and just what to look for, what not to look. Everything they provided, everything.
Has got so good at sales that later on he actually hit me up asking if there was any sales positions that I knew of. And going from not knowing anything about sales a couple years ago, that's badass. I think so. I've seen
Yeah,
Cass close a couple deals too. That was pretty cool. Matter of fact, this one time I remember on our training, you were close. This was like probably like a year ago, year and a half ago. You had closed a deal remotely too. It was either a food truck or something. It was like a little further away, and you did the deal on the phone on Zoom with us. With I think it was me. Yeah, in like the class. I'm not sure if you remember that.
oh yeah, we were in class. That's right, and I had a Zoom call. I think we were
Yeah.
training, right? And then we had a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I had to close a business over Zoom. Signed the application, everything. Signed them up for the credit card machine. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even have to leave my house.
Yeah, that's pretty badass, man. I thought that was the moment I was like, all right, he's got this, you know. So,
Yeah, that was cool. That was great.
oh, actually, speaking of closing deals from home too, a lot of people they might have this concern about like timing, like they don't have the time to go and do their things. Yes,
Mhm.
we have the whole done for you things going on and whatnot, but I'm talking about like for people who are starting out, who are concerned about, let's say, time, because you've always had a very demanding full time career, not until you scaled back the overtime and started to be able to do more traveling and working on your business. But before that,
Mhm.
like how did you think you were gonna fit this in? Like, did you just make time for it and say, hey, you know what, I'll figure it out, or like what ended up happening?
Yeah, well, it's either stay stuck how you are, and that's going to be your future. You're not happy. You're not making as much money as you want. Change ain't going to happen unless you make a change yourself, right? So, I'm I was going to either sit there and keep doing the same shit over and over for 30 years for another, at that time, I don't know, 16 years in, maybe, I think, if I remember correctly, maybe 17. So I'm either going to keep doing it for another 14 years, or we're going to make a change now and get out of the rat race. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just put my head down and went to work. We look, all of us, nobody has time, right? But if you want to improve, you want to get better, you got to make time. You can everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody can make time if you just spend one less hour on social media, on your Facebook scrolling. Every time you use the bathroom, right? You wake up, roll out of bed, you're looking at Facebook and Instagram. On your lunch break, you're looking at Facebook and Instagram. All that adds
Yep.
up, you know? And you
Yep.
can use that time to, hey, let me watch a training video for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. So
Do you still live on your calendar?
try to. I try to. I still put it, I still have everything down. Uh it's crazy that you have to do that. But yeah, I got my gym in
Yeah.
there. I got FaceTime my baby in there. Everything goes
There
in there now, man.
there was a time when I borderline forced Cass to live on a calendar like I was. So yeah.
I definitely
There you
appreciate you for that one because you taught me that. You taught me that. If not,
go. Yeah.
and I don't get it. And I tell everybody that works for me the same
Mm.
thing because they forget. Oh, I forgot I had to do this. I had to do this, and it's everybody I meet, my personal friends. And like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like use your calendar. Download. I did what you told me. Download Google. What is it? The Google Calendar, and
Yeah.
start putting everything in there. And it's so easy now, man. It's so easy to do.
Like I think once you guys start to map out your day like structurally on a calendar visibly in front of you and you color code everything, you have a lot more time you think. So I get like even our team here when they talk to new potential clients and partners, every now and again somebody would say, hey, I don't think I have time for this and so on and so forth, but I'm like, yeah, you do. You just don't want to make time for it, like you said. you
No,
know
yeah, we definitely have time, man. It's just getting to it.
Besides timing, I think a lot of people have like that fear of failing as well. So they bring up different types of logistics to I guess kind of use that as a disguise for their fear of not wanting to fail. Like, were you ever worried about that, like possibly failing at all?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, after I would say maybe after well, before obviously, right? You invest the money, you're like, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully, I can do this. I don't lose my money and I don't get scammed still because I still don't know it's real, right? Even though I paid and I feel it's real. I feel like
Yep,
Paul Alex was telling the truth.
yep,
Um, you think it's you don't know it's a scam until you finally get that first pay from your
yeah,
terminal, right?
yeah.
Um,
I remember. Not to cut you off. Just really quick side note. There was an event back in. Oh yeah, this was Miami. This was around your birthday, right? Last year, and
yeah,
you gave a speech on stage. You had mentioned something like you thought it was a scam, and then all of a sudden you received your first transaction. It was like 20 cents or something, your very first transactions out of that new account. And you were like, oh, okay, this shit's real. I can do this now. I just got to have more accounts and just let them grow.
yeah, bro. I don't even remember how much it was, but I think it was like something minimal, like a dollar or $10 or something,
Yeah,
right?
like the first transactions ever. Something like that. Yeah.
Like first
I think
account, yeah.
or $2 or something like that.
Yeah, it was something minimal, but I was like, it works.
Yeah. What gave you the confidence anyway, like to keep going? Not to start because you already did your due diligence, but what gave you the confidence to get started and then keep on going? Because a lot of people, I feel like they have this fear of, hey, once I get started, but I'm gonna get stuck, or I'm gonna feel this way or that way, or I'm gonna encounter this issue and that issue, and they just don't keep on going. Like what caused you to be like, okay, you know what, I got this?
Um, I got it when I did it, probably after my first couple. A lot of it was the PayBotX team, CashSwipe
Hmm.
team, and all that. Helping with the all right. This is how you install it. This is how you do the application. This is how once you get it, you set it up with simple
Yep.
Wi-Fi, and you plug it in and go. Troubleshoot
Yep.
it, make sure it works, and you're good to go. And then you just
Cool.
regurgitate everything you do to whoever's the business owner. How you swipe a credit card, which everybody knows how to do that.
I do already see a lot of comments saying, I don't know, it sounds a little too easy. So tell the people what was the hardest part? Like what was harder than what you had expected going in? And keep it
The
real
hardest,
too.
the
Yeah.
hardest part.
Yep. Because
See, the
everybody wants
hardest
to see it's because we all talk about the positive, right? But everyone wants to see, like, the raw and real and unfiltered. So, like, yeah, for you, like, what was the hardest part?
the hardest part for me is all the waiting because I'm impatient. You know,
Mm,
when I want something done or want something, I want it now. Like I don't want to wait or whenever it comes. So when you first start out, especially because you don't really know what you're talking about, a lot
yeah,
of business owners, I never really got no. It's very. I can probably count. I could probably give you two that actually told me no. Out of
okay.
the hundreds of business owners that I actually went, but it's always like, oh, not right now, or I'll look at it later, or come back next week, or
So you
whatever. And
like
then it's just,
no, right?
yeah, it's just like that was the hardest part is just having to wait. It's like, oh, I'll come back next week. I was like, God damn it, dude, I gotta wait from say it's a Monday, and I gotta wait till next Monday or Wednesday, next Wednesday, you know. And then you go there, and then just like, he's not here. You gotta come back tomorrow, or 2 days from now, or whatever. Or I forgot, man. Can you come back next week over the
Mm.
weekend? Now you're waiting some more, and that's like, you know, that the
So it's
hardest part was that
a lot of follow up.
a lot of keep coming back and following a lot of texts and calls unanswered,
Did did
which
it
now
did it take a lot of getting used to with the whole follow up game?
I would say for it still does for me, but
Okay.
probably less getting used to for me than a regular person because in law enforcement being a detective there's a lot of follow-up you got to do
Mm,
when you investigate cases, right? And even for the victims, even for the people that need police help, we
mhm.
have to go track them down and hunt them down. And, hey, can you get me this? Hey, can you come in? Can I go to you? Can you give me a statement? We have to follow them. So imagine this. This is even worse because you're actually trying to tell people something, right? So they're trying. It's not like they're trying so much to avoid you. They just don't feel like dealing with it at that time. It's never a good time because, like you said, everybody always says, "I don't have time." They got to make time.
Mm.
So uh, that
Okay.
part. That part. I find myself doing it right now. I got all these people calling me, "Hey, I can help you get more leads. Hey, we can set up your Yelp. Hey, I send you an email. Hey, I send you a text. I'll call you back at yeah, okay, okay, okay." And they call me, and I just ignore their call.
That's funny. So
I mean,
is the follow-up part hard because or challenging because it's the wait time, or is it more so like the actual skills that it's required? Because I think a lot of people feel like because they lack the skill set or they lack the salesmanship, that they can't follow up. Me personally, I think follow-up is just being another human being, just to check in on them and just show that you care. Is it more so that, or is it more so just the time for you?
for me, more
Or
so the time. But I know
okay.
it depends also to me, it depends on your personality because you
Mhm.
gotta be kind of pushy. You have to, if you want it, you gotta ask for it. And a lot of people, even the guys that I work with, compared to new detectives coming on, there's
Mm.
questions that you need to ask because of the type of investigation. But
Yeah.
it kind of gets a little kind of uncomfortable asking that or being having them be more specific, right?
Mhm.
So even detectives get shy with asking certain questions, right? But you got to ask
Yeah.
those questions. You need those answers. And with when you're selling, you have to be you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable because you're gonna have to be pushy. You're gonna have to ask for the sale. You're gonna
Yeah.
say, "Hey, man, you ready to sign up?" Because if not, they'll just keep going. If you never, and they're waiting. They're waiting for you to sell them. So
Yeah.
don't get it to where they're, oh yeah,
Do you
man,
think
yeah, I'm interested.
do
I'm
you
interested.
think it's a do you think it's a disservice to push and to lead the way or to not do it for the business owner?
To not definitely to not do it. Definitely to not do it.
I
Because
had a I had a coaching session with somebody a couple of weeks ago. They're like, "Man, I just don't want to feel salesy or pushy. Like that's not me." But I'm like, "Okay, well, here's the question." And Cass, tell me if this sounds true for you too. Like the thinking behind this. So I go, "Well, do you care about their business?" Yeah, of course I do. Do you want to do this not only to make the money but also to help them? Yeah, I do. And are you genuine when you say that? I am. So then wouldn't it be a disservice for you to not lead them into taking actions, even though it might be a little bit abrasive or uncomfortable, but you're doing a good deed. Would you agree with that?
No, definitely, definitely agree. You're doing. I mean, it's a disservice that you could be helping them save money. Being a consultant, which you're basic. That's what you are. You're doing the credit card machines, but you're a consultant. You're consulting them to, hey, I've learned how to save business owners money. Now I'm trying to save you money, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know. A lot of business owners still. I tell them about the cash discount program, do a price, and hey, you can save your processing fees. And they're like, what? I didn't know you could do that. You can do
Yeah.
that. So you'd be amazed that this
A
is
lot of
not
people still think it's a
saturated.
saturated industry, but yet, like again, like you walk in, you're like, "Hey, you can do this," and they're like, "What? That's a real thing?" Because they're on either traditional, they're surcharging folks.
Yeah, they're traditional. A lot of people are traditional. Basically, if you see the Chase Bank machine, right? You see a bank terminal or you see a Square terminal, they're most likely paying the processing fees.
Mhm.
So you offer them that. Either they
Yeah.
don't have no idea about it, or they only know a little bit about it. So, or they're completely against it. But then those that I find,
Mm.
they're completely against it. I can't do that to my customers, right? A year later, I walk into that business and they're doing it. I'm like, you piece of
So then
so n-
looking back, you've done differently to to lead those, and influence those business owners to have otherwise gone with you?
you said looking back, you cut out. Looking back, what could I have
No, I
done
said because
differently?
you're talking about those business owners. Initially, they were so against it, but then a year later, they're now doing it. So, what would you have done differently to talk those business owners into doing it with you the first time, as opposed to finding out a year later they were doing it already?
Continue to follow up with them because I
Yeah.
know all my they tell me that, and then I don't go back, or maybe just one more time, or I just
Mm,
it's most likely because I didn't go back because they were completely against it, and I didn't give them another try. I didn't keep going back like I usually do. And then I go back, say I don't go back for a long time, or maybe I stop in, but I just go to buy something or look around. I go back a year later, I go buy something, and now, hey, there's a cash and a card price. And I'm like, this guy was so adamant saying that, oh, I can't do that. And here we are. I could have got
yeah.
him if I would have just kept coming back.
Yeah.
So I've had
What,
it.
what was,
I've had a couple to me that tell me the same thing, and I've come back because I continued following up, and I got them
mm,
to change through it. So
yeah. The money's in the follow up, like they say, right? There you go. So that's the
money is
hard
definitely in
part.
the follow up.
Is the waiting. Okay, what's the easy part? What was easier than what you had, thought it would be?
The easy part.
Yeah.
The easy part is probably the money. How much money you can make, and how easy and fast it
People
comes
want to
in
hear about this part for sure.
once you get rolling. It's like, oh, it's on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's minding your business, and then boom, all you
Mm.
see is a big chunk of money deposited into your bank account, and you're just
Speaking of money, you don't have to get specifics, okay? Because I know we're live and there's people watching, but let's keep it vague. How about this? Have you made your money back and then some?
yeah, super
Yes.
doubled, 10x, a lot, a lot, and
Okay.
it was fast. I would say it was in the first year I got it
Okay.
back. So
Wow. Hey, nobody go tell Uncle Sam about this, okay? Cass is trying to stay under the radar for now.
yeah,
Um, what because I can see people asking questions too. What questions were you asking the most? Like what questions, well, actually, what question were you asking before you joined up and started this whole process? And then what questions were you asking like while you were at it?
questions before I joined CashSwipe,
Yeah.
was I asking?
Yep.
Um,
Because I can imagine a lot of folks might have the same question, so might as well just answer them like on this interview.
Yeah, just how I guess how it works. How's it work when you do? And that's it basically. You go into your, say, your local mom and pop. Say you have, everybody usually has a go-to restaurant that they've been going to for years, right? They know the owner, they're buddy, so say you go there and he has a simple blue Chase Bank machine, paying the processing fees. You it's that simple. You would go in there and you would, hey man, how do you like this? Well, I got my own business now and I can save you $7,000, a year, or 10,000, for example, $10,000 a year in processing fees. If we just switch the machine and it keeps working the way you have it working now, it's just, pay no processing fees anymore. It's all for you now. You get to save that money. So I was asking, how do you get paid? Right, you get paid. You put the machine in, and every month, you get a deposit, and it goes straight to your bank account, from the money that you made from that business. So you multiply that 5, 10, you put 10 machines in 10 different places. Now you're getting all that deposited into your account. Um, how does it work? You basically, PayBotX does everything for you. Of course, we asked how it works. All
Yeah.
you do is they provide the machine. You go and put it in. They tell you how to install it over the phone, over video, whatever. You install it. If there's a tech problem, if there's an issue, um, you call them up and say, "Hey, this is what's going on," and they fix it for you. And then after a couple of times, or if you're, especially if you're tech savvy, it's nothing to do it by yourself. You don't even have to call them. And I think that was it, man. For questions about when I joined CashSwipe.
Okay. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
a master class on sales right here done by Cash. Should we clap or something? Yeah. What's what's because you've been part of our community for a while, like and you've been to a lot of our events too, spoken at one too. Like having a community and having, a lot of opportunities for like one-on-one time, for example, not just in person, but also, virtually like this. Like with all the coaching, not, I mean, besides me, but obviously a lot of others too, Sarabia, Nadia, and so on. Like how important, how valuable were and still how valuable has the community and the resources been for especially for you starting out as well.
Yeah, starting out, it's huge because the live trainings, I know when I came on, it was everything was on Facebook, right? Live trainings, I think almost every day. Um, so you would, when I first came on, it was John Sarabi doing it every day. So
Yeah,
he would tell you, all the ins and outs that you need to know about the credit card machines, and what to say, what not to say, and what to say if they ask you this, what to provide from everything, right? So definitely the PayBotX team, the techs, you guys with the, with the selling, everything was just great. Helped me out with the videos. You guys had all the training videos, right? You, Paul, on everything, what to do, checklist, all that.
yeah, yeah. Don't forget Gianni, man. Don't forget
Of course,
Gianni.
yeah, man. So all that was invaluable. So you definitely, if it wouldn't have been for all that, and I just signed on with, I don't know, selling square with no direction. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that you can learn about, how to read a processing statement, right? They teach you how to read the business owners don't even know how to read their own statements, but they teach you how to do it. So you just look at it and you say, "Oh, look, you're paying this much, you're paying that much." "Oh, I thought I'm only paying like, say 2%." And you look at
Yeah,
it, you do the math, and you're like, "Hey, bro, you're paying 7%. Did you know that?" "No, no, there's no way." "Yeah, look."
I don't think you were there, but this was 2020. I want to say late 2024, where we had that Atlanta event. This was around like just before you got on, I think. So we had that event, or 2023, something like that,
That
like
was your
late
first one, I
2020.
think, huh? Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
that.
that was the second one. The first one we had it was 2022 in Atlanta, but the second
Mhm.
one we had with at the time Merchant Automation. Remember that? It was
Yeah.
also in Atlanta, and we did John Sarabia did a statement reading like live, I believe it was, and somebody brought in a statement from a local business owner that were prospecting as well. And the processing fee on there, it was like 3, 4%. But when you add up all the other fees like compliance, batching, interchange, the whole 9 yards, in
Yeah,
software,
yeah,
it added up to the effective rate of like 12 something percent. It's
yeah,
criminal, bro.
yeah,
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 yeah.
man.
How
And
often
you'd
do
be
you think business
surprised.
owners are paying more than what they think they are?
What'd you say?
How often do you think business owners are paying more than what they think they are?
How often? A lot. It's probably 90 something percent. A lot. There's very few that actually know what it is. You know, very few. Out of probably, say, out of 10 people, maybe two. No.
Wow. So for those of you guys who are watching this from home or later on, that just goes to show you have a live walking success story here telling you guys there's way more people not knowing how this whole game works than those who do. So it's just if you're concerned about the whole, well, what if they don't want to do it? What if, it's saturated, this, that, the other? Well, there you go. There's a lot of business owners that need your service, need your help. And there's not a lot of providers out there that can do that, ethically and also help them save a lot of money. So there
Yes,
you go.
sir.
With in terms of where you are now, bro, like what I guess besides money, because money's great. We can't get enough of it. But besides money, like how has the results of starting this whole journey, like how has it changed your life, your career, relationship, like whatever? I don't want to spoil it for the people, but I'll let you do it.
Just, man, living a life that I could only dream of.
Yeah,
Basically, I go on vacation when I want, where I want.
I
I c-
see
you
that.
know, I can
Colombia,
I can
right?
I can buy I got Colombia coming up August 6th, man. I'm leaving soon for 2
Uh,
weeks. Everybody at, the cop job is like, how are you doing this? How do you have so much time off? Don't you run out of time? Because as you know, I leave like every month and 2 months, hey?
yeah,
Every
for
2 months I'm
Colombia.
going somewhere. Unless there's a CashSwipe event, then hey, it's like every month I'm leaving, right?
September. There you go. Yeah, in Scottsdale. That's another one
September's coming
after.
up. I got to get those tickets, but it's nice because I don't know how it is for you guys, but us in our area, the typical 9 to 5 family person, they go on their 1 or 2 vacations a year and they go to the beach in Florida like for the weekend or maybe a week. But most of the time it's, 3 or 4 days. Hey, it's our vacation. And they're doing that once or twice a year. And there you go. That's what they're doing. 9 to 5 and you go to the beach for, a week and a half out the year. So that I mean, dude, this is the best decision I've ever made. Because of this, I now know I can do other things, and there's so many other avenues now that I can make money, just stream different streams of income. Um, I get paid on autopilot. I can quit my job right now and just do nothing all day. I just wake up, get coffee, go to the gym, and then that's it. Visit my merchants, say, hey, how you guys doing? And then watch them. It's ridiculous. Um, but it's the best decision ever, and I'm only scaling
That's
and growing from here.
Yeah, that's powerful,
Yeah,
bro. Okay, so
but it's
Colombia.
it's huge difference. Also, I don't have to work overtime anymore. Like I said, I can quit right now if I
Yeah.
want. It's
Mhm.
it's great. It's great. I love it.
Nice, man. Happy for you. Congrats as well. Okay, so Colombia, and then maybe Scottsdale. Well, definitely Scottsdale, right? You got to come out. You missed the last one. And what else after that? You got October, November. Oh,
And we
December.
got.
You got my,
I'm
you
pretty
got my spot.
sure. I'm pretty sure that after September, maybe there's another trip in between, and because then there's Vietnam in December, right? So, well, all of
Yep.
December, this is goes to show you another one. All of December, I'll be gone because we're going to Vietnam, and then after Vietnam, we'll probably hang on that side of the world in the Philippines or Tokyo, or I'll just go to Colombia, and then I'll go home after the month. But I mean, you can't do that with just a regular 9 to 5, right?
I still find it hilarious that a couple years ago you were like, I don't know, I want to don't get it, I don't want to get scammed out of my money, and then here we are, you're traveling halfway across the world for me. I'm touched, bro.
Yeah,
That's cool.
brother. And then you may that's
Uh,
another thing, joining this
yeah,
business, you get around a successful group of people. You meet guys like you from the community that push you to be better, to be greater. That's another whole nother thing that probably doesn't get talked about. It's
yeah,
not just joining the business and you have your own I mean, look, I got my own business shirt now, my own website, doing this, right? Who would have thought being a cop, I got this, right? Or a nurse or anybody, just a plumber, whatever you do, work for Amazon as a delivery driver. All this is just great. And then going to these events or just talking to you guys on live, attending the trainings, especially meeting you guys in person and live does a whole lot for you. Just mentally, everything. You level your game up. You guys make me want to level my game up, improve everything. You just learn so much from being around this type of circle of people that is you guys, you know? So
yeah.
that's another thing that doesn't even get talked about, I don't think, enough.
You know what? I'm gonna make that a training module for this for the consulting guys to talk more about. How about that? Now,
Yeah.
I appreciate the love, man. That means a lot. I got some objections for you to handle. Just quick, just get them out of the way. Like hot seat sessions, because a lot of people have raise these questions. So I want you to imagine you're talking directly to someone, maybe asking you like, "Hey, tell me more about merchant automation or CashSwipe, sorry, and the community." Some of you watching this interview, and you're talking to them, and they're considering joining, and they give you certain objections. For example, the first one being, "Hey, I'm too busy." Because we kind of talked about this before, but like, what would you tell them if they were like, "Well, I want to do it, but I think I'm too busy." So let's recap the whole timing thing earlier.
So the whole timing thing, man, is like I said before, nobody has time. You got to
Yeah.
make time if you want to improve. If you're unhappy where you are, or you want more money, uh, you're gonna make the time. If you're not gonna make the time, then stop wasting everybody else's time. And I'm gonna look into this. Oh yeah, I'm interested, but you never pull the trigger. Just
Mm,
if you don't do this, what are you gonna do? Right? You're just sitting here. It's gonna cost you more time, money, your life, everything, and just sitting where you are now, doing your 9 to 5, whatever you do now, then to not jump in and do
yeah.
this. Um,
I mean,
like I
that
said,
sounds great, but I don't know. I'm very fearful. I'm very scared to invest any money.
scared to. I mean, hey, look, scared money don't make no money, my man. You're gonna
Hey, that's
it,
good.
can you if you throw money, you can throw money in the stock market right now and it just drops and you lost all your money, right?
Mm. Okay, sounds
So
good, man. But I guess I'll just wait till next year. Would that be a good time? New year, new me.
New year, new you. How much money are you willing to lose? How it's going to be more expensive, right? It's going to be more expensive if you wait.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right, Cass. But I don't know. There's something about this. This seems too good to be true.
Hey man, I thought the same thing, but as being a detective sergeant in law enforcement and detecting bad shit, right?
Yeah.
I was able to do this and I made a whole lot of money and I'm making a whole lot of money now to where I can
Mm.
quit my job. I just happen to live a
Wow.
lavish lifestyle and I like more money.
Who doesn't like more money, right? That was good. That was good. Hey, do you want to come work with us? We'll do another type of interview after this. But we're coming up to the end now, so I'm just gonna rapid fire this, um, and then we'll call it a day because I know you got things to do. So, if you could, that matter of fact, this would be a good question. If you could go back, a couple years ago and speak to and have a conversation with yourself before you joined up, like what advice or like what would you say to younger Cass? Not that you're not young, but
What would I say with younger cast is stop
yeah,
waiting, pull the trigger and jump in. and let's do this. Because if I would have started earlier, I'd be a lot further ahead than I am now. Right? A lot of time wasted, and that's the biggest thing here. Is you're joining this, you're making another, having another source of income. 'Cause you're saving your time, you're saving your life, your years of your life that you're gonna
Mm,
waste, right? That compound after you work so much in your 9 to 5. If you have the ability to work overtime, or say you have a second job, and you have
yeah.
to physically go to that job for, say, another 40 hours, or say another 20 hours a week, another 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, you're adding up weeks, that adds up to months, that adds up to years that you now spent to make more money in
Mm,
your job, when you can just take the big chunk, make the investment now. And now you're getting paid all this while I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm getting paid. Look, the businesses are swiping. This is one of my businesses with a credit card terminal. They're swiping away, right? Look, I'm making money here from these two, just from talking to you, like by doing nothing.
what what would have happened if you let the skepticism or the fear, take over? Like, where would we be now?
I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. I'd probably be at the office right now, uh, doing the same stuff that I was doing, been doing for 17 years, and look forward to another 16 years of doing the same thing. Having to work overtime, trading my time in life, miss family events, miss birthdays, miss Christmas, miss Thanksgiving, holidays with family.
Is that the lifestyle you'd be willing to settle for?
Absolutely not.
Do you think these folks should settle for it?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Just, it's a horrible life, dude. It's just no. It's a, oh my god, I'm so
I don't
happy,
know.
and
Some people are just too comfortable, bro. You know?
it's comfortable. Look, it happens to me now. I'm comfortable right now, and I know I can grow and do so much more. Like, I'm still working my 9 to 5 while I'm doing this, um, and it's because I'm comfortable, right? I could leave right now, but it's the fear of the unknown. That, hey, you're
Mm,
so used to doing something in your life like this for 15, 17, 8 years, whatever wherever you're at in life, 25 years, you've been doing the same thing. So just all of a sudden now there's a new life that you knew nothing about, that you're successful in, but you're still, it's like a toxic relationship with a toxic girlfriend, toxic boyfriend. It's
yeah.
bad for you, but you, for some reason, you stay there, you keep going back.
We've all had one. We've all had one. I think
We've all
everybody's
had one.
all had one. So
Everyone's had it, right? And your
oh,
mom and your dad tell you, hey, no, don't do it. Your friends, all right, it's over. And here you are. Here we still are, right? So even
mhm,
doing this, my man, is what I'm saying, is that I know you're come because I was comfortable in doing my thing. Was I happy? No, but I was comfortable. I
mm,
made a good salary doing just a 9 to 5 before I jumped into CashSwipe, and I
golden
was
handcuff.
comfortable. I was golden handcuffs. You got a salary, you got insurance, you got a car, you got everything paid for. Your two little vacations a year. I was comfortable. But you know, was I happy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Good job calling yourself out, man. We were just, for those who don't know, we were just talking the other day on the phone, and Cass was like, man, I got to get more comfortable. I got to push myself more. I'm not going
Yeah.
to the gym as regularly as I should, that sort of thing.
No, yeah, and that happens too, Even like it happens to me now. Every, couple more, I signed 3, 4 more accounts. Yeah. Now I'm getting an extra, whatever, how much money? Couple $100 now, $1,000
Yeah.
more. I'm comfortable now. Instead of, push
Mm,
yourself. I can keep going more. It's so easy, but you get
yeah.
comfortable.
Or just double down on it. Do 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
The next number.
Yeah. 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 So it's
It's,
always, it's never, it's always, it's a constant thing that you have to work at, for yourself. you know um, I happen to like lavish, luxury, nice
what's your
things,
next what's your next
so I push
big
myself.
target? Where do you see yourself being over the next, let's say, I don't know, 18 months, 3 years, 5 years even? Like where's
Just
Casco?
scaling, man, just scaling, getting bigger, not being tied down to do anything, just do what I want, right? I go to Colombia, I'm still getting paid. No matter, I go to Vietnam with you, I'm still getting paid. But I don't see it just I just, hey, I sign up some more accounts, say, 20, 30 more accounts, and then I'm just at home with my feet on the couch. Why stop there? Keep going. I want, I see myself doing other things like, sales, possibly with you guys. Um, Consulting and just different, getting more income streams coming in. So
Yeah,
is a
you should
bright
start
future. It's a
consulting. You should start
definitely
consulting, and a lot of people look up to you. You
a
know,
lot of, yeah. Yeah, yeah, man. I look up to, a lot of people too, you guys, and it's fun. It's fun to talk with you guys every time we get together. We have a blast. And it's just a lot of growing. I got a lot of growing to do.
awesome, man. I appreciate it. Let's finish it off with one good note. So there's probably going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are going to watch this later on a replay or something on you once we post it up on YouTube and social media. Some of them are probably sitting like exactly where you were, a few years ago. They're working hard. They're doing everything they know how to do, but they want more. Deep down, they want more. But just like you said, skepticism, fear, uncertainty, fear of the unknown, and probably a little bit of paralysis over analysis too. Like all of that's keeping them stuck, not wanting to make a change, not wanting to move forward. If you had even just a minute or two, just like you talked about with that other gentleman earlier today, right? If you had just a couple of minutes to share some wisdom, some feedback, or just have a human chat with with that person or to those people, not as our clients or mentees or our friend or anything, not even as a reference, not even a testimonial, but simply as someone who's been there and done it. What would you I guess what would you want to hear from you personally?
For me personally, it's like, give everything we just talked about, man. It's just, don't be afraid to pull the trigger. Don't let analysis paralysis take you over. If I don't know about you guys, but I've always had something deep inside me that tell me, hey, you're meant for something else. You should be doing more. You could be better. You could improve here. um you know People tend to cry about people that have money or rich people, but you know what, jumping into this, I had no idea how it worked, but jumping into this, being around you guys, entrepreneurs, successful people, you're you're always there. You guys are always working. So yeah, you're getting paid. You can work from wherever you want, right? That's the beauty of it, is you make your time. But you want more money, you have that freedom, that you can do so much instead of, a regular person. They work a 9 to 5, they come home, hey, they watch Netflix for 3 hours, they cuddle up with their wife, they do this, they watch the football game. All that time, entrepreneurs, rich people, they're working, they're selling, they're making money. That's why they're ahead of in life too, and that's why they're driving around in a Porsche, in a Lamborghini, or a nice Lexus that you only dream of while you're watching Netflix, right? So my thing is, if you want to be successful, or even if you don't care about luxury items, if you want to have a better life, if you want to put your kid in private school, if you want to be able to, you know, give your kid a pay for their apartment while they're going to college, or put them in the best universities, if you want to give your wife, retire your wife so she doesn't have to go work for another man, while and you provide everything that you need for your family. This is for you. And as a woman, same thing. The other way around. If you want to provide the best for your kids, which most women do, right? If you're a mom, or if you're not a mom, you want to be prepared to be a mom, or to be, the best that you can be. This is You can't be afraid to level up. It's in you. Everybody has it in you. But are you willing to do it? Are you willing to work for it? You have to work for it. Nothing's just handed to you, right? Unless you're lucky and you win a lottery. But then you hear all those stories. Those people run through the money and now they're broke again. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it.
Wow. Well, that's
So
powerful, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the time. Thank you for hopping on. But ultimately, man, I appreciate your honesty, your relationship, your friendship, um, everything you've contributed to the community. Because I know I've seen you like help out a lot, just give out freebies. Man, like genuinely can't wait to see where this is going over the next few years. And
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I'll see you in a couple of months in Arizona, if not before that, hopefully. And then we're gonna party to our heart's content, either in Arizona or in Vietnam. How about that?
For sure, man. For sure. Next time we do a video, I'll get to walk you around the businesses and show you, how this credit card terminal works for the newbies.
What is your Instagram handle for the people to follow you? Because Cass does a lot of really cool content for those of you that want to follow. Oh, you're off mic, Cass.
Sorry, brother. Sorry. The
There we go.
Castro is Instagram.
Yep.
Simple.
And you got one more for your business, right?
Yep. It's gonna be merchant backup.
Nice.
Merchant
You guys,
backup.
guys, you heard it from the man. Let's give it to Cass, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. I'll hit you up
Appreciate you
right after.
guys. Take care.